In this video, I'm going to share the 5 principles that I follow to stay strong, fit and flexible over 50. Let's get cracking. The first principle is that of the journeyman. So a journeyman is a fighter who's looking to stay in the game and not get injured and be there for the long term rather than win the game. I think too many of us are spending time setting ourselves unrealistic goals and then berating ourselves when we don't meet those goals. Imagine there are 10 versions of you, and number 10 is drunk on a Tuesday, it's 2 p.m, it's not even your birthday. This is probably not where you want to be. And then you've got version 1 of you. So version 1 of you is so chiseled that you can see your abs through your t-shirt. However, your favorite subject is 47 ways to cook kale. In my experience, here is version 10 of me. This was actually physically quite difficult to maintain. I did not feel good when I was in this condition. And then here is number 1 of me, the fittest and healthiest I've ever been. However, once again, it was hard to maintain. It wasn't really that enjoyable, and I didn't stay that way very long. What you're seeing before you now is my journeyman. I'm working out now and eating and being flexible enough to stay in the game rather than try and win the game. The second principle to remember is that you can't out-train your fork. And it's also very difficult to overeat on foods that come from nature. The food industry in general is not your friend, they are businesses. And they are experts in creating the bliss point. And that's the absolute pinnacle for salt, sugar and fat. And that's the reason why once you start eating 1 cookie, you'll eat 10, even though the last 2 will make you feel sick. And when you can appreciate that the food industry is not on your side, it's on the shareholder's side, you can stop berating yourself when you find it hard to stop eating those junk foods that are thrust upon us all the time. The mechanics of eating better is fairly simple. It doesn't actually mean that it's easy. I'm not genetically gifted. My default setting for most of my life, and my family's as well, is famine resistant. So with that in mind, I follow Pareto's rule, where 80% of what I consume is generally healthy, and the other 20% is either neutral or not that healthy for me. I also like data and boundaries, and just keeping an eye on my calories is something that I find really helps me. To find out exactly how many calories you should be eating, I would recommend going onto calculator.net, putting in your data, your weight and your height and your age, etc. And then looking at a very slow weight loss deficit, so a calorie deficit. So that means your body is essentially burning more calories than you are taking in. And I would aim for losing maybe half to 1 pound a week. And although that sounds slow, I think it's important to remember that A, life is short, and B, the tortoise always beats the hare. In my case, I'm 5'7", I weigh 175 pounds approximately, and I eat approximately 2,000 calories Monday to Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I bump that up to 2,300, and that seems to be a good place for me. The next part of diet is water and supplements. So every night I put one of these by my bed. This is Great British tap water. I'm not sure if you'll be able to get it where you are. But I put that by my bed, and as soon as I wake up, I drink it. It's at room temperature, it's very easy to drink, and I try and drink 3 more of those throughout the day, generally before or around a meal time. Next is a greens powder, and like all fitness YouTubers, I take AG1. However, this isn't a sponsored video. So, AG1 is a greens powder, you mix it and you drink it. I feel like there is a net benefit, but I feel like it's a small one. So I would say I feel probably about 5% better for drinking this. It does certainly feel healthy, and you do get used to the taste very quickly. However, how much of that 5% is a placebo effect? I'm not sure. Every time I get one of these through the door, I cancel my subscription, and then just as I'm about to run out, I then renew my subscription. So I think this is expensive. I don't think it's the panacea that it's sometimes made out to be. I do think it's a good quality greens powder. Next is Heights, and these have actually been a real game changer for me. If you follow Ali Abdal on YouTube, he's kind of like, he's an ex-doctor, well, he's probably still a doctor, but he's like a science-based YouTuber for health and also productivity. He's also a founder or an investor in this company. It has some pretty prominent UK scientists as well, food scientists, backing this as well. I use all three of their products. So this product is the probiotic and the prebiotic, but as somebody who's had lifelong IBS, just kind of here mostly, just here and down, right there, like almost like a golf ball, just constantly lives there. Within taking this for about 2 weeks, that went and it hasn't come back. In addition to that, I've recently started taking their magnesium supplement, and it's early doors yet, but this does seem to help me sleep better, and it does have a bit of a calming and relaxing effect. I also went out and I bought the whole kit, man. I bought their multivitamin as well, and I think this is another good product from them. It certainly feels better than the products I was taking before, which was like a Centrum over 50s tablet. And finally, as a little side quest from diet, I do use regular blood tests. So I have these every 6 to 12 months, depending on the results. And these have helped me. These kind of basically come in the post, and then you prick your finger and then you send it back to them. They've helped me identify low vitamin D levels, which I was able to easily correct with taking some vitamin D tablets from Amazon. They've also helped me to identify more serious things such as high cholesterol, which I'm able to manage with my health professional and keep on top of it that way. And more recently, my kidney function is on the kind of like the higher end of normal. So I was able to speak to my health professional about that, have some blood tests via the NHS, just to confirm things are fine, but it's something that I might want to keep an eye on going forward. And I think with things like this, it's important to be proactive when it comes to your health. So I would rather stop getting ill than try to recover from a serious illness. And as I've mentioned, this isn't a sponsor video, but if you want to try any of these, I do have discount codes, which I will put in the pinned comment and also the description. And that will give you a discount, and it also helps support the channel, which is appreciated. My next principle is sleep. And they say a good architect can look at the foundations of a building and tell you how tall that building is going to be without even seeing the plans. Sleep basically is your foundation. Most days I'm in bed between 9:30 and 10 p.m. and my alarm is set for 6 a.m. 7 days a week. The reason being is, unless I've had a really late night for some reason, I just want the routine of waking up at the same time every single day, just to get my body used to going to bed at a certain time and waking up at a certain time. It really does help improve your sleep. A good mattress and a good pillow goes without saying really, but your environment is also really important. I prefer to sleep with the windows closed because we live near a main road. So we have air conditioning in our bedroom. So 365 days of the year, our bedroom is exactly the same temperature when we sleep. If you're going to put aircon in your bedroom, then make sure it has a quiet mode. We also use an 8-sleep, which has been a real game changer for getting better sleep. I went from probably a 6 out of 10 sleeper to a 9 or 10 out of 10 sleeper. My wife was much worse. She went from a 2 out of 10 sleeper to about a 9 or a 10 out of 10 sleeper. Essentially, it's a mattress topper and there's water that runs through it, and it maintains the right temperature for you under the sheets, which the aircon can't do, throughout the night. It is a premium product, however, it's something that I would probably buy in hindsight before I bought a treadmill, for instance. Because sleep is so important, optimizing it as much as you can will have a big impact on the rest of your day. I'll put a link here to my 8-sleep review. I'll also put it in the description and at the end of this video, and I've also got a discount link there as well, which I'll also put in the description and pinned comment. If you're new here, then welcome to my home gym. This is where I spend quite a bit of my time. And I took the kind of time and the expense to have half of my garage converted into a home gym, purely because I wanted the efficiency of being able to work out whenever I wanted to. Now, I got my first set of weights when I was about 9 years old, and I just haven't looked back. I really do like weight training, and nearly everything I do, certainly everything I do in here, is just with dumbbells. And the reason I choose hex dumbbells is because A, they don't roll away when you put them down, and B, you can just buy the cheapest brand you can find. There's about 5 different brands here, but they all look like they're from the same supplier. And if you're wondering what this is down here, this is Dustin Bieber. So one of my favorite apps for strength training is Apple Fitness Plus. It's only $79 for the year, and there's stacks of workouts. And I break my strength training into 4 or 5 days a week. And 2 of them, Tuesdays and Thursdays, is just basically me doing my own thing. Biceps and triceps, just the t-shirt muscles basically. But on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, I will just pick one of their workouts. Generally, I will go to total body, and I have about 20 minutes in me. And I will just pick the first workout here that I haven't done. And I'm not gonna show you these workouts. The reason being, I'll just show you a little bit, is because if you film Apple stuff, it's just a nightmare. With YouTube, they really don't like it. And you get a telling off. But essentially, I'll kind of try and obscure it slightly, but this is the sort of thing you'll be doing in an Apple Fitness workout. And one of the best things about it is that it works on deceleration as well as acceleration. And what that means is when you're walking upstairs, for instance, you can probably walk upstairs at 25% of your normal speed. But when you walk down the stairs, you will probably find it quite difficult. Feel free to stop this video and go and test it now, to walk downstairs at 25% of your normal speed. And deceleration, controlling that, is so important as we get older as well. You will see a lot of older people when it comes to stepping down curbs or stepping down stairs, is rather than stepping down the stairs like they would do in their 20s and 30s, they're actually falling down each step instead. It comes to us all. It's best to try and avoid it if you can. Then do guided cardio, and I'm fortunate enough to have a running machine in here, a bike, and where you are now is the rowing machine. And the reason why I do guided cardio is because cardio is not my favorite thing. So I want an instructor to kind of talk me through it, take me to places that I haven't been before, and really take my mind off what I'm doing. I use NORDICTRACK equipment. I like the quality of the machines, and their treadmills are very soft underfoot, but not too soft. So for my aging body, it is very easy on my joints. But moreover, they run the iFit software. And iFit software is essentially outdoor immersive workouts that take you all over the world and are much more interesting than just looking at an instructor in a studio. You can also overlay the workout with Netflix and Amazon Prime and things like that. In my experience, running is the best for improving cardiovascular fitness. The bikes are excellent for ease of use and are super low impact. You don't actually need to know how to ride a bike to ride that bike. And the rowing machines are really good for overall fitness as well as a strength element. And because rowing uses 86% of your muscles, mostly your pull muscles, you're getting a great cardio workout and also a good strength workout at the same time. And if you wanted to do a full body workout, you could just jump off the rowing machine after your row, do 20 press ups, and there you've got it. You've got a full body workout. So you've got really a 2-for-1 with the rowing machine. And then the last part of my workout is yoga. And I just do 20 minutes of yoga because that's all I've got in me. I really value the benefits of yoga. However, I don't find it particularly interesting. So I kind of keep the workouts fairly short. And as I get older, when I sit at a T-junction, I don't want to be driving like this. I want to be able to still look left and right. And yoga is fantastic for that. And as I've mentioned, all the machines in here are running iFit software, which means it's just one subscription for all these devices, including the app. And there's plenty of strength workout on there as well, and Pilates and stuff like that. NORDICTRACK have quite a few machines on my website. So if you're going down this route, in the description, I'll put a link that will take you to NORDICTRACK's website. And I'll also tell you what my pick of machines are for 2025 onwards. They've got some really good, these are fantastic. but the ones they're just releasing are truly excellent. In conclusion, these principles keep me fit, healthy, and flexible. And I mean, none of this is cheap, is it, that I've talked about? And it has taken me a while to kind of like amass these things. But I do like fitness tech, and I do like being guided by professionals during my workouts. I find it's a really good way to get the most out of the time I'm spending in here. Being consistent is also the key, and finding things that work for you that you're able to stick with and build habits with is probably the most important thing of all. Because if you skip a day or you skip a couple of days, you will start to miss things that you really enjoy. I'll put some videos around me now of things that I've talked about. I'll also link to them in the description, as well as everything that I've talked about. I feel like this is going to be a long video. I hope you found it useful. This is exactly what I do on a daily basis. And until next time, see you soon.